Have you seen the animated web series, The Amazing Digital Circus, on YouTube yet? It's about an AI named Kane, who traps 6 human souls in a digital world after they put on VR headsets. It's kind of a dark concept for a cartoon. What if I told you this series draws inspiration from real-life disappearances across the US? The first case dates back to 1991 in Arkansas. Patricia Wilkins, a 23-year-old gamer, vanished from her home without a trace. The only clue left behind was a brand new computer, which she had bought just a day before. When the police arrived, they found it displaying a blue screen of death, while distorted circus music played eerily from her speakers. A year later, in 1992, a similar incident occurred. Jasper Goodman, a 20-year-old from Kentucky, disappeared under equally mysterious circumstances. His family recalled one night hearing a deep, distorted laugh emanating from his bedroom upstairs. When they went up to check, Jasper was gone, leaving behind only his new computer. Despite exhaustive searches, neither Patricia nor Jasper were ever found. Fast forward to the summer of 2022, I stumbled upon these stories while browsing Reddit, and a chilling realization struck me. Both of the victims had purchased computers from a company called CNA. That name was all too familiar. It was the name of an abandoned factory near my home in California. My father had worked there as an intern before the factory shut down. He had always warned me to stay away from the place, but never mentioned anything about missing people. Driven by curiosity, I decided to investigate. One day while my parents were out, I snuck into the factory. It was a colossal, decaying brick building with shattered windows. The entrance was a set of large double doors, which surprisingly gave way with a push. I stepped inside, and the smell of mold hit me hard, like the place hadn't been occupied in a long time. I walked through the lobby and onto the work floor, which was littered with broken desks and smashed monitors. In the corner, I noticed a small room. As I made my way toward it, I could have sworn I heard something move behind me. The room turned out to be a tiny office with a stack of papers on the desk and an old computer. The papers detailed the creation of a game called Circus 3D, and on the desk there was a disc to go with it. Ignoring my better judgment, I decided to put it into the old computer, which to my surprise still worked. As soon as I inserted the disc, the screen changed. Circus music began blaring from the speakers, and a play menu appeared with play, settings, and exit options. I chose play, and the computer started glitching and emitting these weird crunching sounds, almost like someone biting into an apple. On the screen, I saw disturbing characters: a purple rabbit-like figure with a grotesque smile, a ragdoll in a blue dress with long red hair, and a jester in red and blue clothing with a horrified expression. Suddenly, a 3D animated circus ringleader with a mouth full of giant teeth appeared, speaking in a horrifying, glitchy tone.
Welcome to the circus.
But then I noticed something even more terrifying. Tucked away in a drawer were several old photographs, yellowed with age. The images depicted people being locked inside glass pods. Their faces were twisted in fear and agony as wires and tubes connected them to strange machines. One series of photos showed a transformation process, with ordinary individuals gradually turning into grotesque circus-themed avatars. I saw a man slowly morphing into a purple rabbit with a terrifying grin. The photos also included handwritten notes in the margins, filled with technical jargon and cryptic messages. Phase 1, neural synchronization, one note read, while another said, Subject 4, resistance detected, increased voltage. Each photograph seemed to document a horrific experiment, revealing a sinister process designed to strip individuals of their humanity and reshape them into digital entities. I could barely stomach the images, but also couldn't look away. The implications were clear. These people had been forcibly integrated into the game, their consciousness trapped and manipulated. Then suddenly the computer glitched and bursted into flames, sending me running out of the warehouse. A year later, I discovered the pilot episode of the Amazing Digital Circus by Glitch Productions. To my shock, the characters Pomni, Jax, and Ragatha bore an uncanny resemblance to the ones I saw on that computer and in those old photos. And Kane, the ringleader, looked eerily like the large-toothed character as well. My theory? The missing people were somehow transformed into these digital characters in the game. The show's creator, Gooseworks, may have heard about the disappearances, or even been connected to the makers of the game I found. Looking for answers, I reached out to Gooseworks through social media, hoping for a clue. Weeks went by with no response, until one day I received an anonymous email. The message was brief. It said, "Some doors should have never been opened." Attached to the email was a video, a close-up of the characters' faces from Digital Circus, staring at me from inside the show. And now, I see them everywhere I go. Weeks have passed, and though the initial wave of fear has subsided, I don't think I want to pursue this further. Because the more I do, the more I know that one day I'll be stuck in that world with them too. And that is just something I can't let happen. So I beg you, if you ever come across an old computer with the blue screen of death, or anything made by CNA, stay far away. You could end up being the next character in the Digital Circus.